Hi, this is Damian from skatingcast.com. In this movie we'll learn how to make a turn. Just like the last time you saw my movie about turning, that was the wider way on the inside edge. It was pretty cool to learn how to turn without lifting the legs off the ground and distributing the body weight. And to stopping because it really works when you want to lose speed. Now we're moving on the higher level, the parallel turn. And now I'll show you what it looks like. I'm throwing you into deep water. Try and do it without any exercises and then start doing step by step, okay? Look at the parallel turn. I have narrow legs and I'm turning. These turns are pretty tight. And now, step by step, what needs to be done? First, you have to learn the scissors well. Scissors on inline skates looks like this. I suppose at that level that won't make you any problems. Of course, the wheels on the middle part of the edges, not on the inner edges, not on the outer edges. Legs not too wide at the width of your hips. This way. When I can't do it, then I have to be in that position and right. For now I'm standing and showing, but in a moment we'll be right in that position. You'll see. The leg underneath me here holds most of the body weight. This leg is a little lighter. About 60%, 40%, possibly 70, 30%. This partition, there's more weight, there's less weight. Now we'll just have to hold out in this position for now. So we do it this way. I'm moving forward, I'm going in a straight line and I'm making scissors, more or less like this. I'm trying to spread my weight, hip width, middle of the wheels. Okay, if you can do it, of course we're doing it to the left when the left leg is in the front and to the right when the right leg is in the front. Then you will have to add the edges. See, now there is this rule, as was the rule in the last movie. Giving the body weight to the right leg, I turn left. This rule is the only thing that is always wrong here to the students. It's that we give the left leg forward. It's starting to get confused here because which way are we going now? It's often wrong. The weight is still, like I said, 60–40%. The weight is still on the back leg. The left leg in the front will signal that we're going left. Here we have to add a gentle passage on the edge to this. Here the inside and here the outside. Look, how you're gonna have knee pads, it could probably happen that somewhere. You're gonna push that knee pad under your knee here. This is one of except when your legs are touching somewhere and that's normal. Don't worry about it. Later, with time and the number of repetitions, you're gonna move on to the big stride and there these knees won't touch each other. At first, it often happens that this knee is pressed underneath the other one. They are touching each other so that we are excluded from our first 3 golden rules on inline skate. But as I say, it's exception to the rule. Now the next step, you're gonna have a right and take that position, 60%, 40%, and go on the edges and do nothing more. The rollers will of course start to turn. If your left leg is in front, you go left. It's exactly the same principle as it was at an earlier turning, because there's more weight here at the back leg. So since I have more weight on my right leg, I'll go left. Only difference is that I have legs at the hip width and I add to that edges, so it will be a lot easier for me to make a tight turn. So the turn will be much tighter. Look how it looks. I'm doing a position, nothing more, and I'm at edges. And I'm start to turn. I made it very tight now, because I already can do it. You're gonna start with this, came out gently on the edges and hold in this position. Look, I'm doing gently bend, nothing else happens. It's crucial that we stay in this position so that our legs don't fall apart from this position. A very important thing to learn. You do this until you can make 90-degree turn left and right. The 90-degree turn already gives you a kind of pass to at the very last and important thing that we put this whole turn together. Okay, I'll show you what the whole thing looks like. The whole thing looks that way. Scissors, edges and rotation. This is very important. Last time I said that this rotation is ahead of what we want to do. Before we start turning, we add this rotation a bit earlier. We'll be in this position to turn left. We give each other hands as we would like to play on the piano. Wide, and we're doing a rotation. Look, I want to turn this way. Rotation will help you to make this turn much more efficient. Here too, there's such a bicycle rule. When I ride a bicycle and I want to turn, I'm leaning inside the bending, depending on which way I want to turn. It's similar here, so we lean slightly and add rotation. Here the upper body must to show us which way we want to go. Our legs alone aren't enough. Look how it looks. Again, I'm moving up 60-40% and up. Of course, these hands here are only for learning, then you don't have to hold them like this anymore. You'll notice that I didn't do it either, because it's just for learning and to stabilize. When I have hands wide and at the front, then they pass the weight forward and I'm more stable then, more secure. It really comes in handy in learning. Okay, now quick summary. How to learn it step by step. First, you make the scissors. This way, the legs at the hip width and central parts of the wheels. Scissors 60-40% weight distribution. And you go in a straight line. I'll show you again. That's the way we do it. Then, apart from the scissors themselves, we add a tilt and a passage on the edge. Left leg in the front if we want to go left, right foot in the front if we want to go right. The weight is heavier on the back leg. It's the same as in the wide position first turning technique. Don't lean too hard on the edges. For now we're learning gently. The rollers will start to turn anyway, because if they are very slow, you're gonna get your legs started to go this way. Go slightly over the edge and hold the position in the bend until each bend is 90 degrees. That was the next step. Then add a torso rotation to what you did. Rotation with slight inclination towards the curve, so you are gonna turning really nicely. Remember to start with more weight on the leg at the back, much less weight on the leg at the front. Somewhere later, we'll teach that very last way to turn. In that technique, most weight should be on the front leg, but it's the advanced way to turning, that we press our leg at the front, at the outer edge, so that we can push back very hard in a moment. This is very visible, for example, at the crossovers. I've got my leg in the front, I'm turning it, and what? I had all the weight on my front leg at the outer edge because it's gonna have to hold me and push me away. It's advanced, don't worry about it yet. At first learn in that way I taught you. More weight on the back leg, it's the same principle that if I have more weight on left leg, I will go right. Plus we're also giving it a tilt on the edges. It will make our turn really narrow, and that's what we're talking about. Alright, thank you for your time. As I said in the last movie, I'm a talker. I'm really trying to do my videos shorter and still very technically, because I know all my movies are pretty long. I'm learning to just do it faster, but it's not possible yet. Maybe I'll come to a point where somewhere out there these movies will have a maximum of 5 minutes. For now they have a dozen, but I hope they help you. Please, if you would like to see a movie about something specific, write me a comment. If you like the movie, please write a comment too. This is very motivating. Thank you for watching. Bye and see you in the next lesson.